My name is Dr. Nivedita Bijoor, and it's my honor and privilege to be here today. I am extremely passionate about speaking to our youth and speaking from experience. So I'd like to share a few words and thoughts, and of course the immensely valuable quotes that I have carried me throughout my life, literally since I was a child. One of the main influential quotes in my entire life has always been this one right here. So it was, I think, meant to be. I had no idea this one would be up here. So Dr. Shiva, I really appreciate you putting this, because I think this one resonates the most with our youth. It is to arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. And this has impacted me in more ways than I could have ever imagined in my personal life, in my professional life, and I think it has really helped me intersect who I am as a human being with who or what I do as a professional, which is as a practicing physician, and intersect both of them one day at a time to try to achieve the best version of myself. And by no means am I perfect in doing this. I'm a human being. But I constantly, every time I'm faced with any challenge, I always reach out. Nowadays you can just pull the quotes up on your phone. And as kids, I want to remind you that the spiritual principles here within Swami Vivekananda's Ramakrishna mission have guided me and continue to guide me. So I've penned down a few thoughts that I would like to refer to. Swami Vivekananda's influence on my journey has been a spiritual compass for my entire life and continues to do that. I stand before you today as a family physician practicing here in Greenville, South Carolina, but the foundation of who I am was laid much earlier, long before medical school, long before my residency, and long before I ever wore a white coat. Good morning, respected elders, teachers, students, and all my dear friends. The foundation is spiritual, and at the heart of it lies the timeless teachings of Swami Vivekananda and the living example of the Ramakrishna mission values that I have imbibed. My connection to Swami Vivekananda began even before I could understand his words. My father named me Nivedita after Margaret Noble, who Swami Vivekananda named Sister Nivedita. She was a British missionary, a nun who came to India, enamored by our Hindu spirituality, and eventually took to all our Hindu spiritual principles of the Vedanta, and that's how I got my name from my father, who was an ardent follower. From childhood, that name felt like a blessing and a responsibility, because all I knew that I was named after somebody who had taken to a lot of spirituality in their life. It reminded me that life is not about success only, it is about purpose. I grew up across different schools, cultures, and countries. I was born and raised in India, and then my later education was in the United Kingdom, and then back to India and here in the United States. Exposure to diversity at a very young age can be very enriching, but it can be very confusing as a young child with all the bullying that I faced. I had a lot of questions about my own identity. Who am I? What do I stand for? How do I stay grounded when everything around me and everyone around me keeps changing? Swami Vivekananda answered those questions for me, not through rigid rules, but through powerful principles that strengthened my inner core. Today, I want to share 5 core principles of Swami Vivekananda that shaped my student life, carried me through medical school, and continue to guide me as a physician, and why they are especially vital for our youth today. Number 1, each soul is potentially divine. Faith in oneself. Swami Vivekananda taught that divinity already exists within each of us. This idea deeply shaped my formative years. As a student navigating new environments and expectations, self-doubt was inevitable. But this principle reminded me that my worth did not depend on my grades, accents, or my external validation, or my external appearance. It instilled quiet confidence in me, the belief that through effort and integrity, I could rise. In medical school, when exhaustion and self-doubt peaked, This belief is what sustained me. And today as a physician, it reminds me that to not just see diseases in patients, but to see their dignity, their strength and potential in each human being. For young people, this message is transformative. You are not empty vessels waiting to be filled. You are powerful beings waiting to be expressed. Number 2, strength, fearlessness and resilience. Swami Vivekananda famously said, "Strength is life, weakness is death." This was never about physical power, which I did not understand as a child. It was about mental courage and moral courage. As a student adapting to various cultures and academic pressures, this teaching helped me face challenges between different schools across different countries and facing different kind of children who, at that age can be extremely nasty. It helped me and taught me that failure is not a verdict, it is feedback. Feedback for our inner self. Medical training tests every limit, emotional, physical and spiritual. During those demanding years, Vivekananda's call for inner strength reminded me to stand tall even when everything was uncertain. In today's world of anxiety and comparison, especially with social media, this principle is more relevant than ever to all of us. Spiritual strength is what will equip you, your minds, to face the stress, rejection, and change without losing yourself. Number 3, service to humanity is service to God. One of the most powerful teachings of Swami Vivekananda and the Ramakrishna Mission is that service is worship. This idea shaped my worldview very early on. It taught me that education is not just self-advancement or for personal gain. It is actually preparation for service to others. It inspired my journey into medicine, not merely as a career, but also as a calling, which I can do till my last breath. Every patient interaction is an opportunity to serve, to listen, to heal, not just their bodies, but their lives. For students, this principle provides clarity. Whatever path you choose, whether it's in science, arts, business, or medicine, or music, let it be anchored in service to others. Number 4, harmony of religions and respect for all cultures. Growing up across cultures, Swami Vivekananda's message of religious harmony was profoundly grounding to me. He taught that all paths lead to the same truth. This allowed me to appreciate diversity without confusion and hold my spiritual identity without exclusivity and appreciating others' identities as well. As a physician serving people from every background, this principle fosters compassion without judgment in my everyday life. In an increasingly polarized world, young people need this wisdom to build bridges, not walls, and to understand that spirituality unites rather than divides. Number 5, education as the manifestation of perfection already lies within. Swami Vivekananda believed that education should build character, courage, and compassion, not just your career. As a student, this shifted my focus from competition to self-growth through self-awareness. It reminded me that success without values is hollow. Today, it guides how I mentor medical students, residents, and how I care for my patients with empathy, ethics, and accountability. For youth, this principle is extremely essential. Through education, you will be prepared not just for exams, but for life. Swami Vivekananda's teachings did not make life easier for me, but they made me stronger to face them. They gave me clarity when the path was uncertain and courage when the journey felt overwhelming. Spirituality, I have learned, is not separate from life. It is the foundation that supports and sustains you in every phase, especially in our youth when identities are forming and good choices are being made. My hope is that each young person here finds a spiritual anchor, the one that builds strength, compassion, and purpose, just like Swami Vivekananda's teachings have done for me and continue to do for me. He continues to be a source of spiritual strength as I navigate my daily life, who I am as a being and what I do as a professional, intersect to create the best version of me. Every trigger for happiness or misery lies with a thought. If we think good thoughts, we experience positive emotions and positive results through positive actions. Likewise, if we think negative thoughts, we feel negative emotions, negative actions like not taking care of ourselves, and that will produce a negative result. The key here is to identify and nurture positive thoughts within your mind every day and multiply them. One way to do this is to practice mindfulness daily.